All the laughs without the anxiety. Mike Klein presents My Jewish Parents.
Yes, it's a Jewish parent.
Wait a minute.
After 17 years underground,
That's right.
billions of cicadas, known as Brood X, are expected to emerge in the eastern United States. In this area.
When?
In this area.
This is terrible.
Starting in mid to late April into the early May.
Wait, that's coming like in a week?
Yeah.
It is a.
They're
It's
coming.
here. Oh my
Right.
God.
What does it say it was coming towards you guys or coming towards me?
Well,
Are they moving in? Can I get some rent off these cicadas? This is going to be
how
disturbing.
long do they stay?
They stay for like 6 weeks, I think, right?
They come out underground, fly around, make some noise, and die.
Well, we
some
know
eggs
that
and
part, but
die.
how long will it be like that for?
A few weeks.
Yeah,
I thought someone said it was 6 weeks, but everyone's
No,
talking
it won't
about
be 6 weeks. Just
everybody in Baltimore's like, yeah, there's gonna be lots of great outdoor dining. I'm like, ain't after the cicadas come around, there'll be no more outdoor dining around here no more.
I think you're right.
Hell no. Who the hell's gonna want to do
I wonder
outdoor
if they're
dining?
Gonna get the virus.
Wait, what?
They're gonna get the virus.
maybe they'll have the virus.
Yeah, maybe they'll get
They
the.
won't be.
Oh my God! I don't think they can get the virus.
I don't know.
All I know is they're going to overtake this area, especially
no.
outdoor dining will be a thing of the past.
Again.
I think you guys need to go to Florida or whatever, Palm Springs when they come around.
Hey,
That's where you guys should go. Get the heck away from here.
you're probably right. We should go somewhere else, Don.
Well, we'll see how bad. If it's really bad, you guys should. You can always cancel your Southwest trip. No changing fees. I think all the airlines are like that. All right, so let's talk about something that happened back in the day.
Okay.
I'm so embarrassed to talk about this. So back in the day, I was at a party, and the party was boring. I don't know. I wasn't drinking enough, or I don't know. I didn't want to drink. I don't know what exactly happened. Anyways, I was mad about something. It's probably over a girl or something. All right. So my friend, I don't know. I couldn't get a ride home or something. So my friend lived in a townhouse community, and the places were right next to each other. So I took his neighbor's pumpkin and moved it over to his doorstep so his neighbor would think he took his pumpkin, just to be funny or whatever. So then a cop saw it and was furious about it. And I'm like, and he wasn't wearing a uniform or anything. And I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal. I was just trying to do that. He goes, it's a big deal. He made a big deal out of it. Then the next day, he came to the house to arrest me.
Yeah, they wanted to arrest you in
remember that.
handcuffs.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was going to arrest you because he wanted to teach you a lesson because you took the pumpkin.
No, he didn't take it. He moved it.
I moved the pumpkin. Yeah, I didn't take it. Yeah.
Didn't take
Yeah.
it.
He wanted. Well, I guess he was mad at that friend.
knows?
No,
Who
I think
knows?
he was mad at that friend because he
Well,
has parties
no.
all the time. Which
It could be. And he wanted to take you in the squad. He wanted to handcuff you
Can you believe that? Right?
and put you in the back of the car.
by the way, this is Howard County Police.
Yeah, Howard County Police.
Shout out to
And
the Howard
take
County
you
Police.
To the station.
HOCO.
And book you.
Yes.
And I said, that's you're not going to do that.
So then what happened? Because I barely remember this.
No, I said, you're not going to do it. I says, I'll be glad to put him in the car and drive him to the station. And then he can go in there and you can book him or do whatever you want to do with him. And then I'll take him home.
And he wasn't going to do that, right?
And he said, no, I'm not going to do that. And he's
Anyway,
arguing.
okay.
And then he calls his...
No. Oh, yeah, well, he did call something.
Yeah, he called his
This is where
Supervisor, and the supervisor
came.
In the meantime, I have a friend.
this is where the white privilege comes into play.
This is where the white privilege.
That's what it is. It's white privilege.
It's not-
More than
wait a
that,
minute,
she was DA.
wait a minute.
Right, but that's but we call that white privilege.
No, that's not white privilege. It's more than that. She was a friend of mine from high school.
I know, but everybody would say that's
Wait a
white.
minute.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And you can, it's a combination, but she was a friend of mine from high school, and I ran her campaign actually to make
she
her.
lost.
She lost, Mom?
Yeah.
Well, because there was.
Oh, God, I'm surprised I'm not in prison right now then.
No. She had lost because in those days, females, women were not
do
supposed to be
No
president.
name mentions, please.
I'm not mentioning a name, but they couldn't be the president.
Why not?
Because they were women.
Oh, my God.
There was
There's prejudice.
discrimination against women.
Yeah, and there's still. Anyway, so I called her up, I told her the situation. She called up
She got on the phone with the supervisor.
The right.
supervisor,
Yep.
and so
They allowed me to drive you there.
yeah,
They allowed me to drive you there. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the guy was super aggravated with me. And then
Yeah.
he put me through everything, and then he released me to you.
Yeah.
And dropped the charges.
Right.
right.
But I guess he was encouraged to drop the charges. What did you guys do?
I
You
don't-
better believe he was encouraged.
I mean,
to
come on.
drop. We went.
It was
and filed a
embarrassing.
complaint
Yeah.
that it was, you know.
It was kind of embarrassing
But
for him.
The moral of the story too is that you had even though they were out, he was outrageous and it was ridiculous.
Right.
I still had to cooperate. I couldn't say, "Oh, I'm not going to let
Right,
you
right,
book
right,
them
right.
or do
Right,
this."
right.
I had to say no. I just had to say I'm comfortable with these conditions, but you know I'll follow through with what you are requiring. So you got to you can buck the system, but you got to work with the system
Right.
while you're bucking it. You can't be very arrogant, and because then you cause more problems. Anyway,
I mean, he had to learn a lesson too. That
Well, I'm
because
sure
I know what he was upset about. That friend of mine was upset
Okay.
because he throws all these parties and he's probably aggravated, which I totally understand and get.
Yeah.
And I told him this. I'm like, I totally get it. I totally understand it. But you're barking up the wrong tree. This is not the person you want to mess with. That's the person that you want to mess with. But
if we didn't know this person, they would have.
well, the only difference
They
is
might have taken you in hand.
well, I mean, he was afraid too
They
because
would
once you
have. I'd
guys
have to, you know.
once you guys put up a fight a little bit, I think he got a little nervous, and that's when he called his superior, whatever, just to see. And the superior recommended to do the same thing
Whatever.
if they're cooperating. I mean, he has my address, so it's not like it was anything where he wasn't cooperating.
We are considered white in quotes.
Mom, let's
minute.
not do this.
No, I want to tell you what I want to say, but I remember, and I have unfortunately I have a suspicion about the police, even though I'm.
Yeah, Mom,
There's
there's no suspicion. They treat.
Excuse me, let me finish. Because in the 60s, when we were protesting, I had bad experiences with the police. We were gassed. Was it gassed?
gassed
Or
and
whatever.
treated
We
poorly.
were treated very poorly, and I'm just saying, it's not. It's not all. Oh well, the police will all help white people, but not black. I'm telling you.
That definitely picked up. I live next to a train station, people.
I'm just telling you, and so I have a little bit of that trauma still in me.
Sure, but you live in this area,
Yeah.
and I've lived in the South and all these different areas, and
Right.
I could considerably lie and tell people I'm not Jewish and get away with it 100%. And I
Yeah.
think that's the difference. I mean, like,
Of
a black
course.
person can't say I'm not black and just walk away out of the scene.
Absolutely right.
So I could say, like, if I'm in a situation where I could say I'm not Jewish. No.
I'm not, I guess I'm not saying that. I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying is that there's many of us in the 60s who still have that trauma. What happened to us in the different marches. And not always trusting the police. I am afraid of the police, and that shouldn't be, but I am.
Well, I don't know if it's fear that I have towards the police,
Yeah.
but there's a sense of I'm trying to search the word I want to use. A cautiousness.
Cautious.
When I have to deal with the police, I'm very cautious about my behavior and what I say and what I do. I don't always feel that I can trust them.
Yeah,
that they're going to because there are some police that are really overboard in terms
Yeah,
of their
they are.
authority and then there are others that are just fantastic.
Yeah.
So, but that's people, So you got to.
That's true.
That's probably patience too, right? You think there's police officers that are patient?
It's so many different things, so many different.
And I want to talk about the
reasons.
Howard County Police a little bit because, I guess in the 70s or whenever, maybe the 80s, a group of us went to the police and we educated them about violence against women, spousal abuse, and how to handle it. and they were very responsive to that. So I think, you know.
I've had a lot of run-in with them, including setting off your house alarm when you guys were away one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
Okay.
I did see that guy, that police officer. I saw him like a year after that incident. That was
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did not look at me. You guys scared the crap out of him.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm sure that guy's probably not that bad.
so I am in for these reforms, you know. You know.
Yeah, but while you all are on police, I want to make this statement, and I hope you keep it in the podcast because it's important. when you were unfortunately robbed, when you had a flat
Yeah, they were
tire
nice
in
people.
Washington, and you were robbed, and I came.
No, when was this again? What was the date?
It was
on
a few years ago, about
wasn't.
4 or 5 years ago.
No, it was like 2 years ago.
Last year.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was
at
like 2
least
years ago.
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, he's right. Because last year,
Well,
everything was closed. remember?
Anyway, I came there, and this was right near in D.C.
Right.
And you know, here we're a white woman and a white guy, and we were robbed, and by some young black kids, but yet the police came, and they were black officers in D.C.
They were.
And they were so supportive and helpful. They took us in their squad car to look for the to see
Right,
if they can
right.
find them. There was a black teenager that was there that stayed with your mother while I came. There were a lot of support and a lot of people
community.
that cared.
That's nice.
You know.
Yeah,
So I just want. And I was really
Yeah.
felt comfortable with.
I you know, here's this black male high school student, and he was taking care of me, and I. You know,
Well, explain the story though, because the story, which by the way, I didn't know until 2 weeks after it happened.
okay.
Yeah.
But the story was you told me that
I was in my car,
you had a flat,
and I had a flat, and unfortunately,
hybrid car, no flat.
unfortunately,
yeah, no spare.
the hybrid
have
women
any spare-
doesn't have spare tires. They only have this thing to pump it up, and this couldn't be pumped up, so I was, you know, I had to wait. I mean, even though they came, they had to come with a truck or something.
Oh, they came in and they had to come
tow
back.
truck. They
They
had to
come
with a tow
back.
truck. They had to come back with a tow truck.
They had to
tow the
come
car.
back.
Oh wow.
Well,
What's that?
anyway, so these two girls, the teenagers too, came, and they pepper sprayed me.
Right, which is scary as hell because you can't see
Scary
anything.
as hell.
They-
And then they
Took you.
took my mother's
Engagement ring, right?
engagement ring
And your
and
wallet.
my purse. And so in the meantime, this teenage boy came up, and he was really very sweet, and he was taking care of me. And I told him, you know, your mother and your grandmother are going to be really proud of you. I mean, he was really nurturing. And then another woman from the community came up, and she hugged me. She was black too, and she hugged me, you know, saying she was so sorry. So, you know, and then the police came, and they were supportive. You know, they were very supportive also.
So it was a bad story, but ended up being
Well,
okay story.
Well, yeah, it had some really good aspects to it, to the story.
But you guys need to be more careful because you're getting older. I mean, I wouldn't do what you did. I wouldn't talk to anybody.
Right.
I don't talk to
actually,
anybody.
That is
You
true.
are right.
Your mother should have just
You're
rolled
right.
the windows up and
Right.
called for a
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, but you opened the door for them because they didn't. They just all they had was pepper spray.
Yeah. Oh well, I
I mean, it's okay. I mean,
no.
I may have done that. Who knows?
no. You're right about
You're
that.
very trusting.
You know, I think the thing is, I'm going to.
You are. She is.
I'm telling you, if it was two males that came along, white or black, I wouldn't have trusted.
Oh,
them.
so it's sexism.
Yes, right. These were two girls.
All right, I see how it is.
Two girls.
I don't trust women. I don't trust girls.
Okay, you don't trust women.
No, you gotta be
Anyway.
careful with them. They'll take all
right.
your stuff.
Okay, that.
In that aspect, I don't trust
so
them. I'm kidding. I'm
anyway,
kidding.
You know, I wasn't as protective of myself as I should have been.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, but you were trying to be not judgmental. Like I understand what you were trying to
I
do.
wasn't trying to be. I was naive. You know.
Right. No, yeah, you were. I mean, you lived in New York City back in the day when it was very dangerous.
You know, which is really interesting because, you know, people say if you saw some black youth there, especially male black youth, would you go across the street? And I would say, well, if they were white males, I would also go across the street.
Right.
So the thing I learned was, you know, there are females too who you have to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, it's just people in general. Like, you need to be careful, you know?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like,
But
I'm
why
too
do
scared
we
to put
pin
myself.
everything on black males. Like they're the bad.
I don't know. I'm not scared of black males, so I don't know. I don't have a problem with them.
Okay.
I'm scared of females in general, but you know, because they always yell at me. So there's nothing, you know, nothing good comes out of it. Unfortunately, I try to play along.
Scared.
No, you're not.
I try to play along, and somehow they yell at me. I don't know what it is. I get yelled at by all colors of women. So
Maybe it's something you're doing.
I think
don't
it
know.
may be, once again, it may be the
There
employee.
might be something to that now.
Yeah. It may be me. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not. I'm praying that it's not. That one day, no, I'm just kidding. It's probably me.